Okay, the Tunmarsh Centre is a pupil referral unit, and it's a school where kids go when they get kicked out, basically expelled from comprehensive school. I ended up at Tunmarsh Centre because I got expelled from school. I had an argument with a teacher and I threw a chair across the room. I was kind of made an example of and sent to Tunmarsh, but it kind of worked out for me really. It was the best place for me to be. When I came back to the school, the music room had been kind of reduced to a store cupboard, it felt like.
We did have a music room before when Ben was here as a student. It was a question of money really, wasn't it? We wanted to do the creative stuff because we know for our pupils creativity is a really good way of actually getting them to express themselves.
We spoke to Atlantic Records, who's my record company, and asked them to put some money into the school, put a state-of-the-art music room, and that's how it started.
To my knowledge, there is not a single government grant going to any project remotely like what Ben is doing, which clearly means kids aren't getting the opportunity.
I don't think the government's actually putting enough money into things for the young people. The government and young people have conflicting opinions because young people are not just about gun, knife, crime and drugs. They also have a creative side. Say if someone's at studio, they're not going to be shooting someone or taking drugs, are they?
I think a lot of the time when you look at kids who come from people referral units, they're probably not the most attractive to some large corporate private companies. However, I think it's clear that if you're not making the investment in those kids at a certain age, that the creative industries are going to have a lack of real expressionism and creative talent.
Kids at Tunmarsh are more challenged because of their background and their family environment. I suppose some of the kids here think that they're useless, they can't do anything, they don't like school, they don't like authority. If they feel they can do something, and music is such a great way of giving them joy and pleasure inside, which then filters out into their daily life.
When I came to Tunmarsh, I wasn't really that big into music, but when I came here, I guess it opened more doors for me. It helps me with the stresses of life, and when life gets a bit too rough, I just play piano, write down lyrics, and it helps me a lot.
Before I came to Tunmarsh, I wasn't really into my music. I think the start of Tunmarsh was where all my music started. I've done the bad things to get here, but it's led me into a rap path. If it wasn't for Tunmarsh, I wouldn't be like this. I think when I'm angry and I listen to loud music, or I'm in the studio listening to music, it helps me out, it calms me down.
If you can get a kid to sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and write a song, no matter if the lyrics within those songs are negative, the actual act of what they're doing is positive, because when else would you find a child like that ever picking up a pen and writing on a piece of paper? So we got to take the positives where we can find them, and if you get a kid that's willing to sit there and write down his thoughts and feelings, and that's the first step. If they've achieved that, then they can achieve other things.
Personally, I can go there anytime and I don't need to pay for it, and I could just make a track or something. If I needed help with something I'm not good at, I can get the support of the other people that come here.
What we've seen with our young people doing music is they're being more empathetic to each other, in understanding themselves more. They're actually feeling better in themselves, and then they've got the ability and the energy to actually start being empathetic to each other, helping each other, encouraging each other. If all schools had a space where children could be creative, I think the effect would be huge.
Where Britain lacks sorely is the opportunity for young kids to make those first few steps on the ladder to actually get themselves inside buildings like this. And I think that's what Tunmarsh is doing.
I feel like you need a private company or someone like myself to come in and do it, because we know how to do it right. Whether or not we should use our money, yeah, obviously there's not enough money to go around for us to do this in PRUs up and down the country. So I hope that this model that we've created will prove to work significantly, so that it shows the government where funding should be spent.
Music is like my life, so like if music ain't in my life, I've got no life.
I think it's important to have role models that they look up to come in here and spend time with them, because you've got someone who comes from where you came from and made it themselves, so they're showing you that the path that you wish for is attainable. Not because they won the lottery, but because they worked hard. That person saying, I come from where you come from, and this is how I've done it.
Well, I remember the conversation as a 15-year-old boy to my manager was like, you know, I want money, you know, I want to be successful, I want P, like, and then he was like, rap, and before you realise it, you will have money. Like, if you spend all your energy thinking about this, rapping, you won't even realise when you have money.
We had Labyrinth, because Labyrinth really started this journey with me when we done Project Happening. We had Tiny Temper. You know, I'd had conversations with him in the past where, you know, I know that we're like-minded people. We care about the same things when it comes to the local community. We also asked Jess Glynn to come down. She's a new female artist that's just signed to Atlantic. It's not just about the kids that have got an obvious, not to say talent, but an obvious way with an instrument or music. It's about all of them. It's about like getting the ones that have already learned how to do the basics on an instrument, that are already getting stuck in. Get them doing that quickly. Then scope the kids that are lingering about in the corners, not doing nothing. And then go over to them and have a little word in the ear and try and, you know, coax them into trying anything, then get a little jam rolling.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody says they like someone else. Something I love it. You should stop liking yourself.
Frozen streets, raining lights, look in my hood, there ain't no surprise. I'll burst from the dark, all I do is shine. Mistaken failures, the trap life major. I won't doubt shit, I'ma make paper. I'm stuck in the ways, bun high grade, running from the gigs all day. It's a nutcase, loop in my state, changing the whole place, brilliant my game. I win it every single way, gotta maintain cup shape, big frames like this, travel around nations, smoke in the air for some inspiration.